Hi everyone, I'm here with a few different things. So let me tell you what I'm going to go over in this video. I am going to talk about postage and postage charges and PayPal charges. And I hope that you will stay tuned and listen to that part, because I'm trying to make some changes in order to drop the shipping prices a little. And also, for those of you who live overseas, I've made a couple changes, and there's something, a tip I have for you that may help you. I'm going to briefly talk about where I'm at with my Exhibit store and why it's still not open yet. And I also have a surprise giveaway. So, be sure to stay tuned for that. Okay, so, first off, what I want to tell you is the U.S. mail prices just went up again in the end of January. I believe it affects both U.S. and international. And the amount that prices have gone up is all over the map. Some prices have gone up as much as, I think it was 46%. It's just crazy. International shipping in particular has gone way up over the last few years. And packages are just bad. In an attempt to lessen the charges, I did some more research again over the weekend. I've done this before, and the USPS does not make it easy to figure this out, okay? To figure out what is the cheapest way to send items, because they have these rules, and the rules are very convoluted, and it's really hard to tell whether your items fit these certain rules for certain ways of shipping. So anyway, I send most of my orders, and especially appliques, in padded envelopes like this, okay? I have an order coming from the post office that is actually a USPS padded envelope, and I'm going to see how those compare. So usually I send packages via first class package rate, and that, say, to Canada, is usually somewhere between $8 and $10, even when it's almost weighs nothing. In the US, it's usually somewhere between, I'm trying to think, $3.50 and $4.50, somewhere around there. Now, once you hit, 14 ounces in the US, it's different for outside the US, I can't remember, but once you hit 14 ounces, you have to use priority mail. So just be aware of that, and I will always try to use the cheapest option. And a lot of times, I would say the majority of times, that is not a flat rate. But I do try to look at that and compare the prices. There is a thing called a flat, and it's not a flat rate. It's actually the type of package is called flat. And what this is, it's envelopes that can be padded, and probably usually are the padded envelopes, but they have to be able to bend. And so they have very specific rules about how much they can bend, how much they have to be able to bend, like inches, so many inches, and which way they have to bend, and how you figure it out. But basically, with these, it's not going to damage it if it does this, right? And generally speaking, if there's lace in here, that's fine. If there's appliques in here, most of them it wouldn't hurt. But here's the key. It cannot be, your package has to be at least 3/4 of an inch high, which these are. But there cannot be a lot of variation in the depth of the package. So when I put like appliques in there, a lot of times this is what happens, right? You get like a bump. Well, I can't send that flat. I have to send it package rate, and that's a darn shame. I just sent a package to Canada. It cost me right around $9, and if I'd been able to send it as a flat, even though it's the same weight, and even though it still went in one of these envelopes, it would have cost about $3.50. So I am trying to work with this and trying to figure out what I can send. In the meantime, if I send you a package, and this is true for wherever you live in the world, And if you, by any chance, and I don't think this will happen, but if you get a package that says postage due, please, please, please let me know right away, because what that means is that I sent it flat, in the flat rate, not, oh, see, this is so confusing. I sent the package as a flat, and the post office didn't consider it a flat. In fact, a lot of people, I'm convinced, don't even know that flat exists, even some post office employees, because I've tried to do this before and nothing worked. Briefly too, for foreign customers, I mean customers outside the US, there used to be this, well, there still is, there's this bag that you can send internationally that's actually very inexpensive, but just so you know, that is only for printed materials, and that's why I have never used that. Okay, so there's where I'm at with the postage. I do generally add, depending on the size of the package, depending on the cost of the postage, I add between $1 and $1.50 for, quote, shipping handling, right? And basically I just do this to put something towards my expenses. You won't see that. I don't like put it on a different line or anything, but it's in there. Generally, it's what I do is I charge the post office price, but I get a discount because I ship online whenever I can, and so that kind of works out that way. For those outside the US, currency conversion. When you pay on PayPal, you can, there's apparently an option where you can just use PayPal's currency conversion, or you can choose to have the to pay in the currency that it's sold in, so in US dollars, and then your bank will make that currency conversion. And apparently you can quite often get a much better rate if you do this way and do the currency conversion through your bank. Now, it's probably not worth it for small amounts, but you might want to look into that if you are sending me a significant amount of money via PayPal. I do have to pay a fee for currency conversions my end, as well as you paying at your end, and I have just decided that I am going to start charging that, which is, it's 2.5% plus 30 cents. I'm not worried about the 30 cents, but the 2.5%, and you will see that, and I did mention this in another video, but you will start seeing that on invoices. Okay, I think I've covered everything about shipping. I hope so. Alright, what was I going to cover next? Oh yes, the surprise giveaway. Well, here's the deal. So, I have been coming up to my 500th invoice for a while now, and I always thought when I send a 500th invoice, I'd like to do something for that person. And that happened within the last few days. So I'm going to tell you who are the people who I have invoiced and who have items coming who are in the running for this. Okay, all right, so those people are Va in Australia. You know who you are. Bianca, I always forget your numbers. I want to say 4450. Sorry if that's not right. Leanne in Canada, and oh my goodness, your YouTube name totally escapes me. Hang on, I've got it right here. Where is it? Miss Sweet Lady Jane, that's Leanne. So you are one of the people that it might be. Now I've like lost it. Brigitte, you are one of the people it might be. Marisol, you are one of the people it might be. And June, you are in it. And that's June Angel Pews. And Julie Lambert. Okay, so one of you guys is the prize winner. And the prize, which is already packed, ready to go, is a Prima package that I put together from the Prima box that I did the video about, you know, the Prima warehouse box. So I took some things out of that and chose them specifically and said, yeah, this will work. So one of you has a surprise Prima box or Prima package, like mini package coming. So I hope you enjoy it. Of course, I know which one it is, but surprise! Okay, so let's see. Was that it? Oh, that's right. I was going to talk about Zibit, where I stand with that. I have some pictures done. I have some descriptions done. I need to do a lot more, but what I'm trying to figure out right now is shipping. And once I started trying to figure out shipping, then I went down the rabbit hole with the USPS, and I was down there for hours just trying to figure things out. As you know, if you've ever shopped on Zibit or Etsy, they're both the same. You have to put the price of an item, the shipping price for an item, right there on the description. And then you have to put the price for just the one, if you just buy one, that item, or the price if you if you add this to another order. It is ridiculous. It is a totally useless way of figuring out shipping. There is absolutely no way you can know in advance whether one item is going to be that one item that's going to like push your weight of your package over into another charge, you know, that it's going to up the shipping. And in the case of, like, say, going from 13 ounces in the US, which is, I don't know, $4 or something, to 14, which then is priority mail, which, depending on the size of something, can be very expensive. There's no way to know this when you're doing your shipping part of your listing, and it drives me crazy. I just hate it. There is no way around it that I can figure, other than to say, if I overcharge you more than, I say $2, right? Just because it's a handy number, or I could do $1.50 or whatever. If I overcharge you, I'll refund the money, the difference. Or to say that, to always give people the option that you will make a custom listing that puts in the correct shipping amount. But in trying to figure this all out, it takes a long time. This is, for me anyway, by far the most time consuming part of the whole process. So that's why it's still not up. I am working on it. I'm trying to figure out the whole shipping issue. So stick with me, okay? Please. Have another dress waiting to be cut up. I am finishing the Marisol dress, and hoping to get going with the next one here in the next few days. So let's see if I have anything else I should say. Tick, 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 tick. Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Ah, that was very exciting. But it was bizarre. It was so one-sided. And a lot of the time, something would happen, and I would just like drop my jaw and just go, oh, because I couldn't believe it, because it was so crazy. It was a lot of fun, though. Kind of wish I'd been able to go over to Seattle proper, because I know there were people in the streets and hanging out at their car windows, and people like giving each other high fives all everywhere and all that kind of stuff. And here where I live, nothing. Nothing. Oh, I tell a lie. I heard a couple of fireworks go off, and I mean a couple. It was so boring here. Just made me like irritated, because there was absolutely nothing going on. There was no like after party, there was no people in the streets, nothing. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions about shipping or any concerns, and I look forward to hearing from the winner. Yay! Bye.